got to get in it to get the hot.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. yeah.
Hey, Mike, I talked to Dave last night. He gonna take us, me and Raymond, we're gonna take us out. We're gonna arrange that. He's gonna take us out on the course. So I'm gonna get my first crack at it.
Yeah, okay.
That's what's up.
Yo, y'all gonna go golfing and y'all ain't gonna invite me? Come on now.
I can't invite you. Dave invite me. I can't, you know, he's saying come where he work at. He an instructor or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's all good.
Let me know when y'all ready to play. I'm in.
All right. I got a long ways to go for that.
Yeah. Hey, so man, you said the game went the way it was supposed to went yesterday?
Yeah, that's the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
You know, New York needed it. You know, San Antonio, you know, it showed the flaws that San Antonio has. So, you know, it went the way it's supposed to go. But Mike, I tell you one thing though, what this series did prove, that every team needs a true point guard.
Yes. I've been saying
That's
that.
what that series proved. Yep. Every team needs a true point guard.
I've been saying that. When Mike Brown put that guy Alvarado in there to help out Brunson, man, that really showed that, yeah, you're right. It really exposed it a lot more that point guard position is very valuable.
Yep.
Very valuable. And you look at all the turnovers that the Spurs had, man, you know,
right,
and the decision making down the stretch, you know.
Exactly. And two of the last, I mean, both last in the two last games, decision making was horrible.
Yeah.
It showed the inability of the young coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it showed what happens when you don't have a true true point guard on your team.
Yeah. I think that I think this was a learning experience for that coach on the for the Spurs. You know, he young. I think he like 30-something years old. You know, he'll focus on some things going into the season, you know, to prepare them, if you know, for to go back.
Right. Exactly.
Because I do think that he got outcoached though by Mike Brown.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
No, it was no doubt about Mike Brown outcoached the shit out of him.
Yeah. What you think, Clay? You think Mike Brown outcoached him?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, I think both coaches did a good job. I just think San Antonio coach, his team failed to execute some of the things he wanted to do. I think it was more mental with them and the inexperience and stuff like that. Yeah. So I still think San Antonio coach did a great job, but Mike Brown, he made some good moves. And to be honest with you, I think Mike kind of went back to letting Brunson, or maybe Brunson made a decision, but last night Brunson said, damn all that, you know, me, you know, being all, he just took over the game. He took over the game last night. So, you know, sometimes at the end of the day, you got to have that dude that just look up at the clock and see the situation and say, no matter what, I'm going to score this ball. I'm going to do what it takes to get my team over the hump. So I thought Jalen was that dude last night.
Yeah. He did come up big.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. So.
No, go ahead, man.
I was say, yeah, and it shows, you know, exactly what San Antonio is a real young team, real young. So their future is bright. So you know what I'm saying. So it shows where they need, like you said, where they need to build that. You know, it shows, you know, that Wemby, he can't do everything. Now you know he can. When you get up to them higher tier teams, they know how to shut Wemby down. They figure out a way to isolate Wemby to where he's just a regular player when you get to them better teams. So you got to have somebody else that's able to step up and, like you said, Clay, take control of the team, take control of the game.
I'll make one comment on the Spurs coach, and that wasn't last night, it was the night before. I don't know what he was thinking about. I don't know if it was his call or not, but on that last shot with Brunson, Wemby was enough to distract Brunson's shot. You didn't need De'Aaron Fox coming over too. De'Aaron Fox should have stayed on that inbound with OG, because once he came over to try to help Wemby, it wasn't necessary. And then OG had an open lane to run right to the basket. He wasn't accounted for, so he was able to tip that in. So I don't know if that was on the coach or if that was just a lack of execution on De'Aaron Fox's plate. But that, and then also when they had a big lead, they missed 8 straight threes in the second half when they didn't need them. They could have just ate the clock, worked the shot clock, got up 2, got a good look. So that's the only 2 things I would say about that coach. But I don't even know if that last play was really on him or De'Aaron, but whatever the case may be, it was 2 guys in that situation I'm not leaving. OG and Brunson, because they both was killing. Yeah.
But you got a good point.
Well, when Fox left to go double team Brunson, Brunson had hit like 2 or 3 threes in right in the dude in Wemby face, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 1-on-1, Wemby, you know what I mean, Brunson still was going to be able to either get around him or get the shot that he want. So I didn't really have a problem with that shot right there. I mean, that double team in that position. Then on top of that, say that De'Aaron Fox stay home with OG. He not boxing OG out. He he a guard. He not boxing OG, especially coming from that 3-point line.
Well, OG ain't just gonna run free down the lane like that.
Yeah,
regardless if he can't box him out or not, you got some resistance there. He had a wide open lane.
Yeah, that's why that problem. And then you think about it, OG was across the court behind the 3-point line. So from that angle, OG would have had to go get the rebound, because Brunson wasn't going to pass it across the court and risk it getting stolen, right? So where he was coming from, where Fox was coming from, I didn't have only problem I had with Fox is when he didn't pull that ball back out in that same game. Right. He tried to score and he got a shot blocked. That right there, I think, like a real point guard, if you had a pure point guard, he'd understand the situation. He would have pulled it out.
If you watch that last shot on Brunson, Fox wasn't even nowhere near him. It was unnecessary. He didn't even get over there to do anything to the shot. He was he was just standing in no man's lane.
Yeah.
So because of how quick Brunson pulled the shot and it hit front rim. So you got to live with that at some point. You got the tallest man out there with his arm up. If Brunson hit it, congratulations. But if he don't, you still ain't letting OG run free down the lane. To me, that's crazy. Now, on that last shot with Fox, you're right. He should have pulled it out. But guess what happened on that play? He actually got fouled on the play. You know, but he still should have pulled it out and ate the clock. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. I mean, in my opinion, it shouldn't even got down to that play though. You don't take 8 threes threes like that when you up. Okay. Now, that's where I said I think he got out coached, because as soon as we missed that first 3, I'd have been like, you know what, we're not taking a shot till 5 seconds left on the clock. Okay, and then we bring in Wemby inside and get a high percentage shot. We're not going to set up for it. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep making them 2s, it's going to force the Knicks to make the 3.
Yep.
So that's where the out coaching part I think came in at, because you missed 8 threes down the stretch. After the second one, you should be like, yo, inside outside game now. Let's waste the clock now.
Yeah, definitely want to use that clock. I just didn't get why he allowed. Ain't nobody tap him on the shoulder and say call timeout or nothing, or no point guard. And see, that was the Knicks strategy. The Knicks strategy was to make them work on defense. Do you see the way the Knicks was passing that ball around? So they go from one side of the court to the other side of the court, or somebody penetrate and pass back out. So Wemby would have to work. Wemby paid more. He was playing over 40 minutes a game when he used to playing like 30. So that,
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna say this: if Chris Paul is still trying to play basketball, I'm looking for him to be. If I'm the Spurs, I'm calling him. Like, we need a veteran point guard on this team. You ain't got to get shot, but just get Wemby the ball and set us up to win. Because, like I said, the last two games, man, it really looked like the Spurs was going to win the last two games, and then in that fourth quarter, the last 5 minutes, it just looked like you said, they just tired out. They looked, especially last night, that last 5 minutes looked like they was tired. They couldn't do nothing to stop the Knicks.
I think the last 3 games looked like the Spurs was going to win all last 3 games. The last one in San Antonio, they beat the first one in New York, the second one in New York, and last night. They should have won all them. Yeah.
Well, the Knicks' strategy was to, to keep them within striking distance and to wear them down. You know what I mean? So the fact that the Spurs was up at certain points in that game, to me, it was more like fool's gold because they did it 3.
Mike, I think he froze.
They gonna wear you down and get.
You guys are freezing
Say
up.
it again, Mike. You froze, Mike. You froze.
Yeah, we back. Oh, y'all didn't hear me?
No. Say it again.
Oh yeah, I said that was their strategy to wear them down. Keep them within striking distance, wear them down, and then so the coaches and their coaching staff will have to adjust to that. That was their strategy. So if they up. Yeah. See, and Hammer said the same thing. Anyone notice how Wemby game declines drastically after 30 minutes? He might have some type of undisclosed condition. I just think that he just get tired. At certain you can see him at certain points when he not even jumping for the ball. He tall, so he just trying to tip the ball to himself, right? That comes from fatigue. He used to playing, like I said, 30 minutes a game, and he not getting bumped like that. You know what I mean? For that long a duration of time.
And see, and that's another issue too. I think the Knicks bench was better than what the Spurs bench was, because Wemby shouldn't have been playing that many minutes. But they felt as though he had to be in there because the Knicks bench was playing excellent ball.
Yeah, they gave him
they would come minutes. They would come in and put in some solid minutes, which would force Wemby to play longer.
Yeah, that energy, because as soon as they take Wemby out, everybody just start attacking that basket. And so and unless you got Wemby playing 48 minutes, getting banged at both ends, it's going to be hard. And that's why I asked last podcast, what adjustments will Wemby have to make to his game next year to combat this, like when people play him like this?
So let me ask you a question then. Now that the NBA Finals is over, what does the Spurs have to do to stay on top, and what do you think the Knicks have to do to stay on top for their conference?
Yeah, I think the Spurs need a point guard, like you said. I think Wemby Wemby is going to have to be more efficient throughout the game, play closer to the basket, get easy shots instead of, taking people off the dribble and dribbling. He wears himself down. You playing into your opponent's hand, the more energy you exert with those higher percentage, with those lower percentage shots. So yeah, they need a point guard.
I just think Dylan Harper and them guys just need to mature. I think they got everything they need right now. Dylan Harper played good, but he had turnovers and stuff like that. I think if he grows, takes the next step next year, they got everything they need.
They don't need no point guard?
I think they fine with what they got. They got through the West. I mean, we watched OKC. You said last week, Mike, that Shea not a true point guard. No, they won a title. They got through the West. I think the guards they got are very much capable. I think they just need to grow from this experience and mature and execute better down the stretch. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think the Knicks would have did the same thing to OKC. They would have been because Chet really didn't show up in the playoffs. And that series against them, right? So I think the Knicks probably could have did their style of play, they physical. I think the Knicks could have did the same thing.
But keep in mind though, Jalen Brunson don't play point guard traditionally either.
No, that's
so
when Mike Brown came with that dude Alvarado, man, I thought that was crucial.
That was a good move. Yep.
So do you think the Knicks? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Clayton.
No, you good, man.
I was gonna say, so do you think the Knicks showed the blueprint on how to play Wemby going forward, like they did, like when they with the Hacker Shack? What was it? The Celtics brought in the Hacker Shack when everybody was, let's give him all 15 fouls and stuff like that. You think it's with the blueprint?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they show how, and I've been saying this. I've been saying it that he built like he just slight of frame, and so the more physical you are with him, the more you make him work. Remember, big men not gonna run the court like guards. They not going. They don't have that kind of energy that So, and he played some hell of a defense when he wasn't tired. He was, he was patrolling that lane.
And what else I noticed? Go ahead, Clinton.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to say, another thing I noticed too is when they was playing against him and they was playing hard defense, he gets frustrated real quick.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that throws out his game, getting them frustrated because the Knicks was making him angry about most of the games.
Yeah, yep. I just think fatigue played a major part, and I think Wemby had mental lapses, but I don't think necessarily New York stopped him. I think he stopped himself due to the fatigue and the mental part of the game.
Yeah,
like you said, the frustration. When he learns not to get frustrated and things like that, he'll be fine. But I don't think they played him any different than anybody else. Like OK played him like that. He was able to overcome it. So I don't know. I just think I don't think it's a blueprint. I just think you got to make him work. And if he gets frustrated and fatigued, then he'll beat himself, like, so to speak. Because I think he does need a go-to move to preserve his energy. But other than that, I don't know, because to be honest with you, the only reason San Antonio lost those games is because they had mental errors down the stretch. It's not because they shut down Wemby.
Yeah. Let me see. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, Mike. To me, the situation would be this. To me, if the Spurs are going to try to get over the hump and actually win the championship, not only do they need a point guard, but I think they need a defensive big man that when they bring Wemby out, you know what I'm saying, you still see it go down the bottom.
Yeah, that's true. The guy that sub him down, he ain't effective. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't think he's effective enough, and you're not scared. Like, they don't have to bring in a big man that's going to give them 20 points a game. If you're bringing a big man that's going to give you 5 blocks and maybe 7 rebounds and maybe 6 points a game, that's what you need to bring. They need to bring that guy in to keep that pressure defensive wise when Wemby goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you. My man Hammer said that not to blame De'Aaron, but every game he had in hand, and he had a hand in them losing. That ain't it. The Spurs, I can see the Spurs trading them. I was talking to somebody through the week. I was talking to Kevin Clark, and I said the same thing, right? If you can get a point guard, because they got because they got Harper, they got Castle. I think you could bring in a point guard.
But what point guard would you trade for him though?
I don't know, man. I just think that, I don't know about anybody that's in the league. You could draft a point guard per point guard out of college, though. because what you need, you already got a young team. So if you bring in another young player to add to that nucleus, I think that'll work. We've seen it with like Tony Parker when he joined the Spurs, right? After Avery Johnson. We've seen what was the guy, Derek Fisher, when he came to, to the Lakers, after who was there? Nick Van Exel, these are two different kind of point guards. Like they the kind of point guards that set the table for the team. Also, they wind up winning championships with their teams.
I mean, you got a good point. Now the question is, what do we think about the Knicks? How do we feel as though how can the Knicks repeat, especially with Giannis being out there and everybody gunning for him?
I agree. Man, I don't know. The Knicks might try to bring a move and bring Giannis in there. I don't know.
From what I hear right now, it's between the Celtics and the Heat right now.
The Celtics
those
and
two
the
teams those two teams are offering the most right now.
Well, I wouldn't want to go to the Heat, man, because who the Heat, the situation in Miami will probably be about the same as it is right now when he with Milwaukee. He'll be, they ask him to do everything. Bam.
Well, he be playing with what's that dude's name down there?
Bam.
Yeah, he be playing with Bam.
Yeah, he would.
But then you go to the Celtics and then you be playing with your boy.
With Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
Well, from what I hear, that Jaylen Brown will be in the trade. From what they were talking about.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They're talking. The Celtics are talking Jaylen Brown and a second-round draft pick, and Miami's talking 2 first-round draft picks so far.
Right. Yeah, I can see that more so happening than them keeping all 3 of them. Yeah. But Hammer said, "Am I the only one who feels Wemby needs to develop a post game?" I've been saying that for the longest because I knew that the league was going to adjust to him. He's 7'5". He has a natural advantage because of his height anyway. So the league is going to have to adjust to him. He better, if he don't develop a low post game, then teams, they just gonna play him physical and wear him down, just like they did this time. You know.
So I'm thinking about this now. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about the Spurs going after Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis can't stay healthy though.
Yeah, but he can't stay healthy. But it may be a fit where though they can get him from the Wizards, for a couple draft picks, and maybe he doesn't have to stay healthy because he's coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean if they want to platoon him in and out like that.
How much is he getting? How much is Anthony Davis getting paid right now?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So that seemed like a heavy price to pay for a bench player.
Yeah,
if he's still under contract, and he's with Clutch Sports, so how that's going to go.
Right, I think he's still under contract, so it had to be a trade.
It's a lot.
But he wants out of DC though.
Oh, he do?
Yeah, he wants out of DC.
Yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think the market is for him though? I don't know.
Dude, it's the crazy part about it is I think the market is still high for him. Just like I think, and just like I think Philly can get a fucking ransom for Embiid. I think big men is still the market's value is still high for big men for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they can. If Philly was to trade Embiid right now, I think they can at least get a first and a second for him.
I just can't imagine a GM, like San Antonio GM, bringing Davis over to come off the bench with that price tag. I just can't see him doing that. That's just not good business.
Yeah.
Especially when you already the team that beat in the West. To me, they just went through some growing pains. I just think they need to grow, me personally. But, that's just me. I wouldn't even tweak the chemistry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely probably right about that. But, like I said, it's some situations where as though sometimes, these GMs be like, yo, I need to do this to get that done. So it may be one of those situations where as though, we as fans say, yeah, they don't need them exactly, but GMs have made some dumb moves before.
But check this out. Remember back in the day when you had a team assembled and you just kept pecking at it until you got over the hump. Nowadays, they make too many moves too fast. They keep shipping this player out, bringing this player, all trying to get a quick fix. Sometimes it's just a matter of letting those guys grow up.
Yep. 1 second, fellas. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think Castle going to get better. I think the Dylan Harper going to get better. Wemby going to get better. And so, but I don't know that point guard is their position though. Castle and Harper, I don't know that point guard is their position. Point guard is what hurt them. Well, part of what hurt them is that all those turnovers, championship. And the Knicks had a good amount of turnovers too. Mm-hmm. So I think everybody is going to want to work on that. I like when Mike Brown brought that guy off the bench. That guy Avaro, is that how you pronounce his name?
Something like that.
Yeah, Avaro. He just gave him some really strong minutes and a whole lot of energy, man.
They got Brunson off the ball. Freed his legs up a little bit. Yep.
And when you take Brunson off the ball too, and you still got that type of energy out there, say like if you bring somebody to replace Brunson who not as active as Brunson, he on the ball. But see, you take somebody who's active like a point guard and it's going to make that defense work. I thought that was big for them.
It was an excellent move.
Yeah. And Mike Brown, where else did Mike Brown win a championship at? Was he with Cleveland when LeBron won it?
No, Ty Lue.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I think Mike Brown was an assistant with Golden State when they won. Maybe
I know he won one with the Spurs. I think with Pop.
And wasn't he an assistant on Golden State?
I think he was. Yeah, he was an assistant.
He's definitely been in the finals. He was in the finals with Cleveland and LeBron. So he's been there.
LeBron got him fired 2 times, I think.
Yeah, got him shipped out or something.
Yeah. We like to refer to it as fire. just to keep it real. That's the polite way to put he got him shipped out. Like, nah, he got that man fired. He ain't get him shipped out.
Okay. Crazy, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think OKC might try to get man. That I think about OKC might try to get Giannis because they're going to need somebody to combat the Spurs.
Right.
They're going to need they're going to need somebody to go up against because Chet Holmgren, he's just not physical enough for Wemby. He's not athletic enough either.
Well, my inside sources say, ESPN, that it's going to the team that's going to win Giannis is going to be the team that gives up the most draft picks. That's what Milwaukee's looking for. They're looking to rebuild from the ground up now.
And OKC they got the deepest bench, and they got draft choices, so they have the most to offer. OKC, and I think that would be a brilliant move for them because their bench is deep. They just didn't have nobody who could match up with Wemby, man.
So the Spurs went down to OKC. How many games in that series? Did they come back from 2-1 or 3-1?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I know it wasn't 3-1. I think they went
2-1. Right. So I hear you guys like going to chase Giannis, but if I'm OKC, I wouldn't do that. I know Chet is thin, but remember Jalen Williams wasn't playing. He was hurt most of that series, and they was right there in it. Those games went down to the wire. So I think if you get a healthy OKC team, it might be a different story, a different outcome.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't give up what I'm doing that's working for Giannis. I just wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't move
Right.
Chet, but yeah, I would bring if I could bring Giannis in and give up some picks or something
It's too
like
much.
that, I'd do that.
Listen, if I'm the team that I think can use Giannis the most in the West is Minnesota. If I'm Minnesota, I'm throwing my first and second rounds at them because Minnesota is one of those teams that the nucleus they're just missing that one piece that can get them over the hump in the West.
Yeah.
I mean, because they keep getting beat by the NBA final team. They always getting beat by the final team.
Yeah.
They just missing that one piece. So I'm going after Giannis if I'm Minnesota.
Yeah.
They could use, man, that'd be a good move for them. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they definitely need him.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm just not big on breaking up this chemistry. These teams got some chemistry. You just got to let them guys go through their lumps. That's it. Let them go through their lumps and they learn. Because the ball, at one point, everything comes back around. At some point, the ball going to bounce your way. You know, look at the Knicks. They was pecking at it and pecking at it and pecking at it. They made one move. They shipped Randall out and brought in Cat. But they was pecking at it. And Cat, this is only Cat's second year with the Knicks. He wasn't there 3 years ago, 2 years ago. They just kept pecking at it. They stayed with it, trust the work, and eventually you get over the hump. Things break your way. Injury happen here, there, this, that, and the other. Sometimes, man, you just got to stick with that chemistry you got, man.
And see, and you're right, because if Minnesota would have stuck with Cat,
yes,
they might have been in a better position. But they automatically assumed when they lost that Cat was the reason, and they
Cat
shipped him
was the
out.
problem. They shipped him out. Yep.
And now look at Cat now. He's holding up a trophy. And they trying to figure out how to...
And everybody was dragging Cat. They dragged Cat. He the problem. He don't play big. He too soft. He this, he that, the other. And here again, you can't make him be something he's not. But what you can do is you can use what he is. You got to be the coach to figure out how to use it.
Yep, play to his strength.
Yes, play to his strength.
That's where the coaching comes in at. He got better coaching. Play to his strength.
Yeah, play to his strength, man. Yep. So I'm kind of happy for the brother.
Yeah. Yep. And truthfully, if there's a comeback player or most improved player, Cat needs to get it for his last 2 years because he improved every year since he's been with the Knicks. And so has the Knicks as a team. You know what I'm saying? They improved it every year, and he's improved every year. So, it's a factor that people don't look at sometimes. They automatically say, well, this chemistry is not working because we didn't win at the top. Well, every team, there's only one winner at the end of the year. That don't mean you break the team up. And that's what Minnesota did. They didn't win, so they just figured, well, let's break it up. Which was the dumbest thing. And another team that I can see doing that is Detroit. I can see Detroit doing the same thing.
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't. I remember I said something about like when your core, you don't break that up, right? Your core, you don't break that up. But because I saw last year, I didn't think it was a good move for the Houston Rockets to get rid of Jalen Green, right? He had a horrible playoffs that series against I think it was against LA. I forgot who they played, but they got they just got ran out of there. Jalen Green had a terrible series, right? But then fast forward to this year with Phoenix, and they made to the playoffs, and he looked better this year. Like he more comfortable with that pressure, right? So I wouldn't have, I just wouldn't have brought in Kevin Durant.
But look, man, let's talk about teams like Indiana. Indiana comes off the conference the NBA finals. They blow up, and we don't even talk about Indiana no more. And we're 2 years out since they did that?
No, 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year, because last year, that's when Halliburton got hurt.
Yep.
So
this year, they wasn't in the thick of things.
Right. So I don't know why these GMs are so quick to blow up their nucleus chasing rings. Because now that the Knicks has proved if you keep your nucleus together and just keep building and building on your nucleus, eventually you will win it.
Yeah. The New York Knicks, to me, they made the best move this year in the offseason, and that was bringing in Mike Brown. They get the award for that. That was the best off-season move made in the whole league.
Yeah.
Bringing in Mike Brown.
So y'all don't think that if they had Thibodeau, they would win this year? They would have won it?
Nah,
No.
Yeah.
I
I
don't think it
mean,
would have.
not unless Thibodeau all of a sudden was going to start using his bench and using the players. Would Thibodeau would have made that switch in the Atlanta series? Would Thibodeau would have brought in the kid off the bench to go along with Jalen Brunson? You know, would Thibodeau done some of those moves? I don't know.
Well, no. Well, history shows that he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He just have a short lineup when he get into,
Yeah.
and he run
So,
these guys to death, man. And
yeah.
when you need energy, you just can't tell people to speed up. Sometimes you need a new person.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can't say, well, come on, you got to play harder. You got to get that guy a rest. So
Yes.
Alvarado and like using the bench the way Mike used his bench,
Mm-hmm.
it helped them. They had enough fresh legs on that team. Because you got Shamet coming in, then you got Alvarado coming in.
Yes.
So that was big.
And Mikal Bridges, he scored a lot better because he wasn't ran into the ground. OG, what he did, what all those guys did, Yeah, I don't know.
So let's talk about the fact that the Clippers are blowing their team up. They're trying to shop Kawhi and Bill. Let's talk about that. Where you
They are trying to shop Kawhi right now. They're trying to shop Kawhi.
And what you call
and Bill.
They're blowing it up. Yep.
Okay. Some people saying that Kawhi, they might send Kawhi. They talking about Kawhi, LeBron, and Steph might be at Golden State, like but that's just an old team right there.
I agree. Say that you gotta have a whole lot of geriatric painkillers on that team, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the trainers, boy. You're gonna need some ibuprofen guys in that motherfucker. If that's the case. But I wouldn't want to see that game. I wouldn't want to see that team on the court anyway.
Yeah. I mean, because it ain't gonna be injury riddled. Everybody's getting older. They're gonna be injury riddled, and then you're gonna have expectations that's gonna blow out. That people are just gonna be disappointed because I don't see them being exciting at all.
Yeah,
not them three.
I don't even think it'd be great expectations for them three together. They might be, but I can't see that necessarily. Not when you got these young teams doing what they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see any of those guys winning a ring like Kawhi, because the good teams don't need what Kawhi, LeBron, and what Steph could go somewhere and shoot the lights out for somebody, but I don't know that Steph want to leave, right? But the good teams, you don't need LeBron, you don't need Kawhi,
Nope.
You don't need Kevin Durant. Kevin proved that this year in Houston. He just really wrecked Houston's chemistry that they had.
Exactly, yo. And I told you about Durant and that, yo.
But wasn't they dealing with a major injury too? Didn't somebody get hurt?
They had some injuries. Houston had some injuries, but they also had some chemistry issues. And then Kevin Durant got burner phones. He was talking about behind some of his people back, and
I don't mean
where did they end up last year? Did they go to the conference finals last year or the semifinals last year?
I think they went to the semis last year with the young team they had.
Yeah,
they went to the semis.
They got out in the first round. That was it.
They did. Houston did with Shane
last year before Durant got there. I think they got through the first round, right?
Yeah, they got through the first round.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they had Şengün, Amin Thomas, Jalen Green.
Yeah.
So where would we put Kawhi into that? If we GM and where would we want to see Kawhi into that? And let's be Bradley Beal. Where we want to see him at?
All those guys are just phasing out. All those they older guys that can't help a winning team. So I think they just phasing out.
Yeah, maybe Kawhi could go to Philly and help them. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm trying to think of somewhere else, but something like that. Maybe he could go to Miami and help them. But
yeah. So y'all think Embiid is out of?
I'm not paying top dollar for him. I tell you that much.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, he ain't getting no max contract or nothing. No.
Not unless you give him some money under the table.
There y'all go, man. There y'all go. Y'all gonna stop dragging my man Kawhi, man.
As you cut him
The
aside.
poor man gets paid.
Kawhi manager of a sub shop or something.
Yeah.
For whatever tax purposes.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But I agree. I just think just like Anthony Davis, went out of DC, but where?
See, it all depends on which Anthony Davis you get, though.
Yeah, but he long in the tooth. I don't see him. He long in the tooth. Then on top of that, like I think, remember, Anthony Davis don't like playing that center position. And so
now that's true.
Nope.
And these teams, they gonna get physical with you. And he older, he can't take that physicality like he probably could back in the day. So
yeah,
I like him in DC.
Anthony Davis is, to me, one of those type of players. If you can convince him of a role that he needs to play on your team, he will be a good asset. So if I'm somebody like Detroit, and I know I need, somebody to get over that hump to show me how to win, I can convince Anthony Davis, like, look, you're going to come off the bench, but you're going to still get at least 20 minutes coming off the bench. Can you play that position? And if he's convinced to play that position, I think Anthony Davis would be a good fit at a lot of teams.
But one thing to go along with that, man, you not only have to convince him to come off the bench, you're going to have to convince him to restructure his contract or take less money or something. Because
you're right.
That's a lot of money to play for a bench player, man.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But
how do you even fit that in your cap? You know what I mean? Like, how do you fit that in your, if you already got a few stars on the team? I don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing that's going to probably, keep him at a, at a team like DC, because you know.
That's the problem they have in the Lakers with LeBron at this point. Mm-hmm. Is what does he want? How much money is he willing to take? Are they willing to pay him? All that's coming in just convoluted,
Yeah, right. And in my opinion, the Lakers need to go ahead and let LeBron go, spend that money somewhere else. And if LeBron still wants to play another year, his last position should be with Cleveland. That's it. If nobody else offer him a contract, retire. If Cleveland say, yeah, we'll take you for 1 year, go play with Cleveland if you still want to play.
Yeah. Cleveland said they only have a certain amount of money, though. They said they got $3 million. LeBron won 50 something. You know what I mean? So that's a big gap. We won 54. They talking about him taking a $51 million pay cut.
Yep.
Hey, listen, first of all, if LeBron is playing, what is he playing for? He got to be playing for a ring, because he can't be playing for anything else. So if you're playing for a ring, every team that you can go to that's a contender is not going to have that money. That's why they're contenders. So LeBron has to ask himself, really, am I playing so I can win one more ring, or am I playing for money? If he's playing for money, you might as well retire. If he wants another ring, then he takes what team he wants to get with. Take the contract. If it's a 1 year deal for $3 million, you take that contract, go to Cleveland, hope you can win, and call it a day.
I think he been stopped ring chasing though, man.
If he's not ring chasing, then and it's all about money, ain't nobody gonna give him that money.
It ain't gonna happen. Stats.
I don't think the market is all that great for LeBron either.
It's not.
Exactly.
Regardless of how great he is, I just don't think the market is that great for him.
It's
because
not
nobody wants to pay that. Nobody wants to pay that money.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $50 million for a player that's 45 years old.
Well, look,
I don't care what his name is.
Even if he took a pay cut and he played for league minimum, I don't think none of the top teams in the league would want him.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up your chemistry, man.
Right, yeah.
So, even though he showed he could be a third option for a while with the Lakers and stuff like that, I just don't know if you need that at this point, You got teams out here rolling over rolling the league, and they don't have LeBron on their team. So I don't need LeBron on my team, necessarily if I'm a good team, if I'm a top tier team. So yeah, I don't know what the market is for him at this stage. I heard Rich Paul with Pat McAfee said, don't believe anything you're hearing because they've had no conversations with no teams about what he want or nothing. He said, don't believe it. LeBron's taking his time, and he hasn't even talked to the Rich Paul yet about what he want to do. That was just Rich Paul speaking. That could be PR. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, I just don't think the market is out there. But, here again, who am I? I don't know. LeBron's got a lot of relationships. He got his Nike relationship. He's got commercials and all that. So as long as he endorsing products, they might find a way to get him somewhere so he can keep selling people's products for him a little bit longer. But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I think he's gonna wind up staying with the Lakers, though. I think they're gonna get him close to the money that he want, number one. And number two, maybe they can, if this is his last year, they can do like a retirement, the retirement tour thing, and that'll generate some buzz and some more income and stuff like that. I would, just milk that situation. But it'll be hard for him to go somewhere. And then Cleveland, they are worried about like Donovan Mitchell may not want to re-sign if you bring LeBron back. So Cleveland said they had some concerns about that. So, you got to be.
The thing is, the Lakers don't have him to trade him because he's a free agent. So that's where they hurt. If they had him under contract, it's possible you can get some draft picks from a winning team, ship them, and somebody might possibly want to pick up the contract, or the Lakers pick up some of it, and the other team pick up some, and they still might can do that. They might can do a sign and trade and get another team involved to pay some of that salary, and they pay some and get draft picks because you ain't really got to pay them draft picks, but you still got to work out deals with Austin Reeves. Luka is under contract right now, right?
Yeah.
So, you got to learn how to manipulate that thing.
I mean, hey, but is Austin Reed a max contract, though? Because that's what he's talking about now, trying to, they talking about him maxing out. Is he a max contract?
Well, he's saying the thing. He asking for I think $40 million.
Yeah, he's trying to max out. His agent's asking to max out.
Yeah, so
I don't think Austin Reed is a maxed out player, though. I mean, yeah, he's decent, but to max him out, that'll put a strain on the market to max him out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how successful Austin, if you take LeBron out the picture, how successful can Austin Reeves be, just him and Luka, over the long haul? We've seen him have some success early in the season last year, but when you get into the playoffs, how long is that?
Austin Reeves was hurt during the playoffs, so he came back later, but I don't know, Mike. To me, if you saw some success, you gotta dive in and try to build around it a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't think Austin Reeves' success was predicated on LeBron.
Yeah. Oh no. I think Austin Reeves. D'Angelo, welcome to the chat. I think Austin Reeves probably to me, I think he's better at a third option or something like that. I think the Lakers didn't really have. They had two number 3 options, a number 1 option, and no number 2 option. I agree with D'Angelo said. Braun should stay put. That's gonna be his best bet.
He probably wants to, but the thing is that the team want to pay him another $50-some million.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to say that.
Remember, it still hits on the Lakers cap too.
Yeah, that man's 41 years old now.
No, I mean,
he should stay put for less money. How about that?
Right, yeah, because LeBron don't have the leverage.
Yeah,
stay
put for less money. Yeah,
what he's used to having throughout his career. He's been the one who've been kind of.
He's always been the one.
Yeah,
right. He's always dictated. Now, like you said, he doesn't have the leverage. He doesn't have the power. The Lakers can be just as good with him or without him. You know, he's not that factor no more.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what LeBron thinks.
Yeah.
The question is, do you think his son still be a Laker?
No.
Yeah. Once he leave,
Yep.
no, they have all their clothes in the same suitcase, so he got to leave with them.
Let's go, Mike.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I will say Bronny been showing some progress though, so good for him. Yeah.
Yeah. But even with the progress, do you still think he good enough to be an NBA player?
I haven't watched enough Laker games, so I ain't even gonna say. You know, I can't judge it based on highlights, so I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, some more summer league play, some G League play, he might be able to do it. But right now, nah.
Okay.
I think LeBron leaves, he leaves.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm.
When LeBron go, he go. That's another reason why. It's just so many reasons for LeBron James to stay in LA. You know, that's his home base. His son is playing there. That's the team, you know, that's more likely to be able to give him that money, you know, or close to what he want. Yeah, I don't think.
But there's another thing you got to also realize too: the Lakers is under new ownership now.
Yep.
So that new owner might be like, "Hey, you might have been the old ownership, but not with me, brother."
Yep.
So it might take into factor as well.
Magic mentioned that on First Take. He was saying we got to decide what this new ownership group want to do, what they want, what LeBron want. So yeah.
You know, they're gonna look at it from a business perspective. Like I say, if they can market LeBron James and make money, you know, because like it's gonna be a while because they don't have any money or leverage really as far as like being able to bring in a number two for Luka. Luka need a number two.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you think a LeBron James farewell tour will really bring in large viewership numbers?
I don't know, I'm just thinking about like for LeBron James fans.
To me, even LeBron James fans, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because for me, for that goodbye tour, LeBron will still have to play at a high level. And right now, I don't think he's capable of even playing at a high level right now. I think right now, LeBron will play he'll give you a good 25 minutes. 15 minutes of that will be premium LeBron. And then the other 10 minutes of that will be LeBron just running back and forth and carrying the motion. And that's just because that's just because he's getting old. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to really do with, you know, his father time with that situation. So me seeing LeBron at that situation, that's like me watching Michael Jordan, you know, after the great Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Just like, do I want to see this man doing this level type work? So I don't think the farewell tour. I think the farewell tour was 2 years ago. So
that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
like sometimes to save your legacy, you got to know when to buy out. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, it's done. Like prime example to me, Brett Favre. Brett Favre is a great quarterback, but the longer he kept going, the worse he got, and the worse to me his legacy had became. Same thing going on with Aaron Rodgers.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. You competed at a high level for so long. Now you want to keep competing because it's in your blood. But I'm seeing now, like, yo, why? Just why? I understand that you want to play. But the main part about retiring is knowing when to retire.
Is it possible? Is it possible that those guys wasn't really necessarily playing for their legacy? They was playing because they loved the sport and addicted to it, and they just couldn't get enough of it.
I mean, yeah, it's a possibility that that's true too. But somewhere down the line, you got to ask yourself: Am I being an asset to the team, or am I hurting the team that I'm playing for?
Yeah, but if the team gonna allow you to do it, sometimes you got to get it out your system, because if you retire, you're gonna be unsettled. You're going to be unsettled in your decision. So sometimes you got to get this shit completely out of your system. And if a team willing to partner with you, then, you know, it's I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying sometimes it's not just as simple as I don't want to hurt my legacy, or I'm playing for legacy, or this is the right time to leave. Sometimes you're like a junkie in an attic. I gotta hit rock bottom. I gotta get tired. I gotta let go. Sometimes it's got to get snatched away from you. It's different scenarios, you know. So I very seldom try to judge a person walking away from something they love to do. I can't do that at this stage of my life. Like, I can't. You know,
yeah, I just think it should be out of his hands, though. So it shouldn't even really come to that. It should be, you know, the coach and the owner be like, look, you know, you more so you can't help us the way we need help. So we're going to either give you a lesser role or we're going to move on from you. You remember Bill Belichick wanted to do that with Tom Brady, right? You know, Bill Belichick was famous for doing that with a lot of players.
Yeah.
They say he'd rather cut you a year early than hold on to you for a year too long.
Yeah, right. Prime example. Look at Wes Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He cut Wes Walker, and he went to Denver, and was still shining at Denver.
Yep.
But he wanted to cut him because he thought it was too long now. But yeah, that's a great example, though. But
you got to remember, though, team like Pittsburgh that's in quarterback purgatory, they still holding on to hope that maybe this guy could be a bridge till we get our next guy. So a guy like Aaron Rodgers still got a lively arm and stuff like that. He's going to find a place. He's going to land somewhere. But you're absolutely right, Mike. It's better to cut him early or cut part ways early than hold on too long. Because that's what Pittsburgh did with Big Ben. And that's why they find themselves in this situation. So, you know, Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be a team out there. As long as his arm is live, they're going to be able to get on with a team. He's got to get it out of the system, just like Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's still signing on with teams because he got a big arm. You know what I mean? So you got to, sometimes these players just got to get it out their system, man. But I don't know what that takes. You know, I just remember, one player, I can't remember who it was, he said, but when I realized I didn't want to go through all the off-season work that it takes to play, that's when I knew it was time for me to walk away. You know what I mean? So to me, that's a good measuring stick.
For me to walk away, like I love playing football, but the day I knew I had to walk away was the day I knew I played football, and it took me a week to recover. I was like, you know what? Game over for me. You know, but much as I love it, game over.
Yeah.
Basketball is that way. You know, when it takes longer to recover, that sometimes you got to understand, like, hey, I love to play it, I love the sport, I love to watch, but when recovery time is longer than actually me playing, it's time to move on.
It's time to move on.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yep.
But my question is now that everything's over, what are we watching now?
WNBA, man. I've been checking out, man. I like the man, I like the Lynx. I like what's the other team? The Fire, Toronto. Is that the Fire, the Toronto Fire, or Portland Fire?
I think it's Portland.
Yeah, Portland.
I think it's Toronto Tempo.
Yeah, all right, the Tempo. I like the WNBA, man. You know, they got some good. They've been having some good games on there.
Yeah,
some good games.
Yeah.
They got that veteran over there, and what's the girl name? The guard at with the Vegas and what's her name? What's the guard name? Man, she be giving out some nice passes, some nice assists. I forgot.
You talking about Chelsea Gray?
Yeah. I like her. I like
Chelsea. Been lead the last 2 games. Jackie Young been leading them in assists though.
Yeah,
she went for 10 assists 2 games back to back.
Yeah, man.
But Chelsea been scoring more.
Yeah,
she been putting up threes. She hit 9 threes in the game the other night. Yeah.
So and they got Kennedy Carter. So
she ain't getting no minutes.
She didn't get no minutes.
She ain't getting no minutes right now. Not at all. Last 2 games, she played like 8 minutes, 4 points. So whatever she said on social media or whatever, I think she found herself in Becky Hammond's doghouse. I don't know because I haven't watched them.
Yeah.
But she ain't getting no minutes. Yeah. So she ain't even a factor. And they beat Minnesota last night. So right now, they tied for the lead in the West for the Commissioner's Cup. So it's going to be interesting. But it's still early. Like I said, I'm they getting there. The team's it's starting to heat up. Kelsey Plum went for 43 last night. Khalil Copper for Phoenix went for 40 in the same game. So it's heating up.
It's
heating up.
Gonna be some it's some good games in there.
It's heating up.
Ron Howard, she looked good. So
yeah. New York Liberty heating up. They getting better. So right now they got the lead in the East for the Commissioner's Cup. So yeah, man.
I just watched them. They beat Atlanta. Liberty beat Atlanta the other day. So that was and Teresa did all right in that game too. Her shot just looked so awkward, but she was still able to score.
Yeah. She's staying close to that basket too, which is better.
Which is smart.
Yeah, it's better.
Which is smart.
Yeah. So she got like I said, it's still early, man. Like I said, when they get close to that 20 game mark, then I think teams gonna really start settling in to who they are.
What do you think about how everybody's coming down on Becky Hammond for what she said about Jalen Brunson?
Listen, man, you said it last week. You said she had a point because historically, and I just said historically, like she shouldn't have said you can't do it. Because 3 years ago, she was on NBA Today and she said the Knicks don't have that dude. And Kendra Perkins said they do. Big body Brunson. She said, no, he's too small. He's not that dude. So you can't like go in like that. And as far as the historical comment, I'll say this about that, Mike. The reason why these guys like Isaiah and Steph and Brunson now are outliers, because to have a small guard be your best player, historically that don't happen. That itself is an outlier. So of course you're not going to have historically a lot of small guards leading their team to titles because that don't really exist that much. That's rare. You understand what I'm saying? So it's easy to say that, but you don't say it can't happen when you witnessed it with Isaiah and Steph, and stuff like you can't say that. So, but she said it, y'all said it, proved me wrong. So now she got to sit in it. That's all. It ain't no big deal because she's decorated. She's got titles. She's won championship. It shouldn't be that big deal to her. It really shouldn't.
No, I don't think to her it's a big deal. I just think that, now in this age of social media, when something like this happened, people just want to,
Yeah, they want to bring it up. Yeah. And and Draymond was on the set. And Draymond said, when they win one more game, I'm going to have to apologize to Jalen Brunson. So, he understood what he said. But last night, man, like I said, Jalen Brunson, with them banging on him, punishing him dribbling, having the ball in his hand, being ball-centric, he took over the game. Without a shadow of a doubt. He took over that game. So you just got to give him some love,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing about that historic comment. Can you name how many small guys was the best players on their team throughout history?
Throughout history, I remember in DC they had Michael Adams. I remember
but Mike Adams was a shooter, but was he really the best player on DC on Bullets? No.
He was their go-to man. They ran everything.
They had Bernard King then, didn't they?
No, not the whole time Michael Adams was there. Bernard King wasn't there. After Bernard blew out his knee, then he came there a little bit later on. Yeah. But yeah, Bernard
was Michael Adams an all NBA player? Was he an all-star? Was he this kind of thing?
Yeah. All right. So all right. And so let me see. Allen Iverson was the best player on this team.
Yes.
Nate Tiny Archibald he was the best player at the time when he was, with the Celtics. Let me see.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Let me see. I mean, like, and so that's I think those are the instances that she's talking about. Like, is that guard was what about let me see. All the guards. Ja Morant was the best player on his team. John Wall was the best player on his team.
They not little guards though. John Morant, he ain't little.
And I'm like 6'2".
I don't know,
He
man.
He about the same
Yeah,
height
but
as he about the same height as Brunson. They in
but,
that
but
same.
let's say this. It's way more teams that had all NBA all-star player guards that were big than they had little ones. Little ones, for them to even make the NBA, they are outliers in a sense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. But I can't name that.
I'm just naming guards. You asked for some names. I'm telling you.
No, I mean them being the centerpiece, like them being the best player on their team, the all-star,
yeah.
the face of the franchise player.
The dude Young, who in DC now, was Trey Young. You know what I mean? He was the man on their team.
Oh my goodness,
man. Who was the man on the team in Atlanta when Trey was there?
I guess he was.
Yeah.
I guess he was.
And so the reason why they separated from Trey Young is because, he couldn't get he wouldn't be able to get them over the hump. His role need to change on the team. Like, he can't be their number one. And basically that's what they're talking about. Like, if you got a guard that's 6'1", 6'2", it's hard for him to be your number one and get you there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Allen Iverson, Steph.
And Steph ain't really, and Steph's 6'3", so he got a little bit of height on him. But to me, AI did it. I mean, he was going against the Laker team. They were stacked. So I mean, just for him to get them to the finals, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like, I just give credit to that. I ain't getting caught up in all this championship stuff because, like I said, it's the whole team got.
But see, now you changed. But see, that wasn't the discussion though. She said, and the discussion was him not just getting them there, but getting them over the hump, getting them.
But here's the thing: she's a professional head coach. She should know that one player is not going to win you a title. So to make that comment, he ain't the man. He proved it this year that he is the guy. But for her to make that comment, being a coach that she is, that's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
You know damn well that it's going to take those other guys. It's going to take putting the right pieces around everything. I just don't buy into that narrative, man. I just can't. I just absolutely cannot. I can't. That's why I'm happy for this kid. But yeah, no offense to her, but she's so decorated. She know basketball so much. To me, that's a silly ass statement to make. To me.
Yeah. I mean,
you see what Philly did for AI? They put all these pieces around them that work well with them. And if it wasn't for the Lakers and that dominant team, they probably would have won a chip.
Yeah, but we're not basing it on probably. She's talking about the guys who get it done.
And she's talking about that, and she's wrong. Jalen Brunson just did it.
She was wrong. We was wrong this time, but historically,
bro, she said she was wrong when she said Jalen Brunson is not that dude. She said that 3 years ago. Go check the tape. They're not going to do it because he's not that dude. She was wrong.
She said he was too small, right?
She said he was not that dude. She was wrong.
Her statement was you don't typically see small.
No, you got no. This time it was that. If you go back 3 years ago on NBA Today, she said the Knicks is not going to do it because they need a dude. Kendrick Perkins said Jalen Brunson, big body Brunson, that dude. She said, no, he's not. He's too small. He's not that dude. That's what she said.
She said he's too small, right?
No, she said I'm telling you exactly what she said. He's not that dude. He's too small. So with that statement, she was wrong.
No, we can't say that because he might not have been that dude 3 years ago.
She said it recently.
But I'm saying.
She stood 10 times. She stood 10 toes down on that statement. She said, I stand on it, so prove me wrong. That was this year.
Because let's not forget the
Yeah.
famous GOAT Michael Jordan got swept twice in the playoffs. Okay?
We talking about
And what I'm saying to you is this: just because you wasn't that dude then, that don't mean that you can't become that dude.
Okay, I agree. I hear you. But what
Practice
I'm saying is
becomes that dude. Playing better becomes that dude.
I'm just making a statement that Becky Hammonds was wrong when she made the statements twice, 3 years ago and now recently.
So now, if she made it 3 years ago, she was correct. She was correct 3 years ago. She was correct 3 years ago.
But she wasn't correct because she came back and doubled down on it. And now here we are. Jalen Brunson is the NBA champion and NBA Finals MVP. At some point, you got to let your ego go and just accept the fact you made a statement that didn't hold the test of time. It's okay.
But no statement holds the test of time.
That's not true. Some do. Some do.
Come on. Now listen. If Bronson heard her say that 3 years ago, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna prove this bitch wrong, and I'm gonna better my game." That doesn't necessarily mean her statement 3 years ago was untrue.
Listen, she said, Kendrick Perkins said they do have the dude as Big Body Brunson. Kendrick Perkins didn't say, and they're going to win it this year. He said the Knicks have their dude, right? The Knicks felt like they had their dude. She said, no, he's not that dude. He's too small. Fast forward, they go through their trials and tribulations. Kendrick Perkins said, Brunson is that dude, and it's going to show itself. She comes back this year. I stand on what I said. Prove me wrong. So at this point, Brunson was that dude. He grew. He went through his trials and tribulations, but he had what he needed internally to do it, and he did it. So all I'm saying is okay to be wrong sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I mean, yeah, you got a good point, but you also can look at the fact that they didn't do it until Cat got there, until they got a real true big man.
Listen, man, whatever the case may be, they won this last game last night with Jalen Brunson being ball-centric and shooting and scoring 45 points.
Hey.
Right or wrong?
Like I said, everybody isn't the man right away.
Listen, and that's all. And listen, man, she should have said that. She should have said, well, the way I see it right now, I don't see it happening, and I don't think it can happen. And it's just different verbiage. But when Kendrick brought up Big Body Brunson is that dude, she cut him off. No, he's too small. He's not that dude. She cut him off. If you guys get a chance, YouTube it. You'll see it.
I seen it, and I'm telling you, if you're gonna play the lottery, and I tell you, man, you're not gonna hit that lottery. I'm basing my statement on the fact that the odds say that there is a 350 million to 1 odds that you're gonna hit it. Right. Now, if you come out that store, you say I hit the lottery, and you don't know. I'm basing my statement on the odds. If you defy the odds, then you defy the odds. But typically, people don't hit that Powerball.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this to you. Typically, people do. And somebody hits it all the time at some point. Now, this is what you say. The odds are not in your favor. She didn't say that. She said he's not going to do it. But so if you tell a person you're not going to hit the lotto and he does, you've made an incorrect statement.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
But you make that statement based on the numbers and history.
Listen, you can do that all you want, but you always got to know that something at some point, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, Mike.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
You had it with Isaiah Thomas. He won the championship.
It's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, from time to time you do. But I'm still basing if I'm gambling more. So you're gonna gamble on an outlier? Would you gamble on an outlier? Or you gonna go against the odds?
Well, you already know how I gamble.
Well,
so no, I don't gamble on a hunch and all that. I understand gambling a little bit. So
Right. So
sometimes I know when to play the outlier.
all right. So if you understand the odds and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Then you saying that you still would not bet on a situation that you know is more likely than not to lose.
Well, believe it or not, at some point, the odds become great for the outlier because it took so long to happen. So eventually, the longer it takes, the odds are growing for that outlier to come through.
So let me ask you a question, because let me ask this.
Yeah.
When you say the outliers and everything,
yeah.
How many people do you think would have said Allen Iverson would have only went to one championship in his career?
A lot of people.
But there's a lot of people also said Allen Iverson was the man.
He was
Should
the
have went to
man.
more. Right.
He was
Should have
the
went to
man.
more.
He was the man. The reason a lot of people
he was the man, but yet he only went to one. He won a championship.
Yes, because
and
the
only
team
went to one.
Yes, because the team that the Philadelphia 76ers assembled wasn't that great. So the odds of him going back-to-back finals wasn't great.
So let me ask you a question. So what about the New York Knicks team right now?
I don't think
3 years ago when the statement was made.
Hold up, say that again. I'm sorry.
What about what I'm saying is this. When people sit there and critique other people's games and they like Allen Iverson, as great as Allen Iverson was, everybody, Allen Iverson is the greatest and everything. Look what he accomplished in his career, as great as he was. Okay.
Yes.
And when you look at Bronson in the career and you mold that around, he was not that great 3 years ago. Now, when she doubled down, listen, when she doubled down on that this year, okay, maybe she had a point. Maybe you definitely got a point when she doubled down on it this year. But the statement 3 years ago, you can look at it and be hey, it is what it is.
Here again, Brunson won in college, national championship. Brunson was very good. He was an all-star and everything else 3 years ago. It wasn't about Brunson. It was about New York Knicks assembling. When they made that trade for Mikal Bridges, they shipped away them young drafted them. They shipped away quickly, and some of them other guys. It's about the team assembling a championship team.
But let me ask you a question.
Brunson had what it took to win. He got it in him.
The Knicks didn't even choose Bronson, and they traded for Bronson, right?
They traded because they saw what he had. They traded for him.
But what I'm saying is the team that drafted him didn't see that.
Well, that's up there, but that's on them. That's what
I'm trying to say. That's opinionated. That's opinion that was based off his performance in the beginning of his career. He happened to get better to prove the naysayers wrong.
I'll say this to you. Everybody don't evaluate talent the same. That's why some GMs are better than others. That team that drafted him didn't see it. The coach maybe didn't have a vision, didn't understand what he had in Brunson. Whatever the case may be, might not have been playing Brunson correctly. Whatever the case may be, they traded him. But somebody on New York recognized him. So he comes to New York, and then they start building around him. Then they get rid of their players and young players, get Mikal Bridges and stuff, start adding pieces because they recognize what he had in him. So that's all I know. That's all I know.
I understand it, but I'll take the narrative that Bronson got better because of the players around him, which built his game and made him get better. That's the narrative I want to go with. I see Bronson playing, but I don't see Bronson being an all-star player from the beginning of his career.
Well,
I see him getting better.
I'm going to check to see how many all-star games he made. I'm going to check it out, but I don't know.
Dude, I can make the all-star game in the NBA right now, man. I'm just talking about eye candy. That's what I'm talking about, eye candy. Okay. For me to have an evaluation of him and an opinion of him, I got to see how he plays and critique it for myself. And my critiquing of him is, in the beginning, I just didn't see stardom. Now I see him getting better and better over time. The Knicks seeing that, putting pieces around him. Now the Bronson that we see now is an all-star.
Mike, before you go, Mike, because I know I want to hear what you guys say, but I'm going to say this. The greatest attribute that Jalen Brunson has is his mental toughness. You can't coach it, you can't teach it, and you can't give it. And that's what the kid has, and that played a huge part in his willingness to handle the tough moments, execute down the stretch, and do certain things. So if you recognize the mental toughness in a player and the skill level, championship medal is there. But go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I think that along with the mental toughness, because I don't think that mental toughness is like exclusive to Jalen Brunson. Just like people used to say that mental toughness, like Kobe Bryant was mentally tough, Michael Jordan was mentally tough, right? But you have to also have the gifts that go along with that mental toughness, like the physical gifts that are going to be able to get you over the hump, right? And so that's what people are judging. They judging the whole package, because Kobe was not the only one who worked hard. Michael, they might show people in the gym that's sensationalizing stuff, right? So when you make a statement, or anybody make a statement that historically guards 6'2" and under historically do not lead their team to the a championship as a number one, that statement in itself is a sound statement that you can really, more often than not, you can bet on that statement, because more often than not, that is the case, right? So now you have Jalen Brunson and you have Isaiah Thomas. Those guys are outliers. Now, if the young lady, what's her name, if Becky Hammond was to come back and make that statement again, 9 times out of 10, she's going to be right. Like if she made that statement about another guard who was 6'2" and under, 9 times out of 10, she's going to be right, because she's basing that statement on history of the game.
It's such an obsession for human beings to be right. And that's crazy to me. You're not going to always be right. Now, if she would have said, historically, the odds are against them, she can stand on that statement, and it's beautiful. But she didn't say that. She said he won't. He's too small and he can't. Now, this year, she said, historically, and I doubled down on it, so prove me wrong. But 3 years ago, she said he won't. So with that being said, for whatever reasons, human beings cannot just admit sometimes I wasn't right. It's okay if you're not right.
No, she was,
and that's what she
wasn't right.
That's what she has to sit in. Yeah,
she wasn't right. I wasn't right. But I'm just saying, I would continue to take that stance, because, like I said, it's just like hitting the lottery. Like what the odds are for you to hit the lottery. If you hit the lottery one time, that don't mean you can make a living off of the lottery. You still gotta play the odds.
Some people have. Some people hit the lotteries 10 times. But Mike, you make a good statement, Mike. You say historically on the odds. You say that. I don't think I heard you saying he can't.
No, I could be
mistaken.
Can't do.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm just talking about Becky Hammond. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying
it's an uphill battle for any guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if that's to get you there, it's an uphill battle.
Yes. Just for a small guard to make it in the league and be an all-pro and dominate and score like that, that's an outlier. You know how hard that is? I give the man some credit, Oh, yeah, and I love his mental toughness. And you're right, mental toughness is not exclusive to him. I wasn't saying that. I was saying that's his greatest attribute to go along with his skill and the work he put in. Yes, but it's different levels to your mental toughness. This is why some people wilter down the stretch and others excel, because of the pressure and the mental toughness. We witnessed that with San Antonio. What you got, man? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
All right.
Yeah, San Antonio did make some. I don't know. I think the kid Wemby is mentally tough. I think he know the history of the game. I think Wemby is going to adjust. I got Wemby adjusting to like the way he was played this series, right? I got him next year because he already did it.
Yes.
They said he shot too many jumpers and he started playing closer to the basket, right?
Yes.
Now he's going to make more, in my opinion. I think he's going to make more of a concerted effort to play closer to the basket, because he needs to conserve energy and he needs to be more efficient if his team is going to continue to win.
Yeah.
So that comes with experience.
Yeah, we're gonna watch him.
Experience is a great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably one of the best teachers you could have, because to live it and to play in that situation and know what you did wrong in that situation and then be able to go back and fix it for the next time you're in that situation. Right. That's where, you know, your mental toughness comes in there. Right. Knowing your downfalls and being able to fix it.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I mean, listen, we watching Wemby grow in real time, and it's going to be beautiful to watch. Barring injury, it's going to be beautiful to watch. The kid has to go through some things. He has to see it before. He's been here before. Stuff like that. You need some of that, you know? All the great ones went through it, except Magic. Magic walked into the league as a rookie and win a title. But for the most part, they go through something, you know? That's part of it.
Do you think that Wemby is going to be able to handle the kind of beating that like a big man like Shaq took, like Hacker Shaq? You know, like people.
They're not going to play Hacker Shaq. The referees are not going to. The league is not that no more.
No,
the league is
and
not
they don't
that.
want. And they don't want to put Wemby to the line like they did Shaq, because Wemby hits his free throws. That was a strategy because Shaq couldn't shoot free throws.
And that's why I asked, because coming down the stretch, Wemby was missing free throws coming down the stretch.
He was. But ultimately, he's like an 80% free throw shooter. So,
you don't want to hack somebody that shoot threes at a quality rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
so I think, but I don't think he's going to have to deal with what Shaq had to endure. But I do think he's going to get played physical, and I think he'll adjust. I think he'll adjust. Yeah,
he's definitely going to have to play close. You know,
and they're two different type of players too. You know what I'm saying? Shaq was underneath the boards. I'm gonna beat you up, and that's you're gonna lob the ball to me. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna dunk it. No. Wemby's not that dude.
He's not that dude. No, he'll catch.
Wemby does not play with the ball with his back to the basket. He doesn't.
No, not right now. He don't. No.
Yeah, he doesn't. So.
Yeah, and as quiet as it's kept, they let Shaq beat up his. They let Shaq beat the defense up.
That's what I great say. If you didn't initiate contact on Shaq,
he was gonna hit you.
Yeah.
So they had to do, man. They pretty much had to try to hold him and hack him, and you had to, man. Yeah. Poor Mutombo in that series, he was getting elbows and shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just Shaq.
That was brutal, man.
I said that Shaq wasn't, you know, if you trying to expand the NBA, man, you want to bring them European players over here. Shaq not good for the game, man. Because that style of basketball, you don't see none of the foreign guys playing that style of basketball, whereas though they're gonna be able to bump with Shaq. You know,
Shaq was brutal.
He was terrible, man. He wasn't a good ambassador for the games. Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't rank him as my all-time top center. Like, I think he was the most dominant force. But he just didn't have enough skill for me. And I love Shaq. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I loved him. He just ain't have enough skill for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's proved, and it showed too, especially when he played Olajuwon, that you know he didn't expand his game after that loss to Olajuwon. Because Olajuwon dominated him through that whole thing. And Shaq continued to be who he was. Yeah. And you know, it showed me that Shaq was satisfied with what he was doing and the way he was doing it. He wasn't going to change his game. Yeah. So
and to me, that drew a lot of frustration from Kobe. Kobe felt like he should have been working harder, trying to do some other thing. Kobe was real frustrated with Shaq.
Shaq was, I think, like how long you think he was dominant? Like about 4 years or so, like peak Shaq.
Well, I think in Orlando, he started dominating a little bit. And then that first three championships with Kobe, I think he was dominant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And when he went to Miami and won one with Wade, he was still a force. But I think it was starting to, because, you know, all that weight and then messing with his toes and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
When he went to Miami, when he wound up winning 4 rings, though, right?
Yeah, he got one with Miami.
Yeah. Kobe got
5.
Kobe got 5. Yeah. Kobe won what? Kobe won 3 after Shaq left, right?
2.
Just 2.
Oh, okay.
Shaq won 1 without Kobe. Kobe won 2 without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, man.
So yeah, I guess it's WNBA basketball and waiting for football season to start, man.
Yep. I gotta ask Man and you, Mike, too. Man, what do you think about the extension they put on Patrick Mahomes?
Well deserving.
Yeah.
The problem is when you get paid $500 million, somebody else is going to get paid $500 million and $1.
Man, I don't know who that's going to be though.
Lamar. It's going to be Lamar.
I can't see Bashadi and them giving him that kind of money.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't see it either.
I can't see it.
Even if he won a Super Bowl, I don't see them giving him that because
he not that kind of money. Yeah,
he getting.
You gotta remember. Yeah,
but see, you gotta remember how the NFL works. When that one contract come out when that one big contract come out, everybody else set their standards on that one big contract, and now Patrick Mahomes is getting $500 million. Now everybody else is gonna be like, oh, okay. If Patrick gets this, my quarterback wants that. So
but see,
that's the way the NFL works, unfortunately.
You got to remember the consistency with Patrick Mahomes. And believe it or not, this extension actually frees up money for Kansas City to do more things under their cap. But you got to look at the consistency of Mahomes. Even when Dak wound up getting 60 a year, because I think Patrick is at 64 now, other guys signed after him, but they didn't go past Dak. So that's not necessarily the case. So I'm not so sure that somebody's going to leapfrog Patrick Mahomes right now. I'm not so sure about that.
Listen, Patrick Mahomes didn't play the end of last year at all. He's coming off a major injury.
Yeah.
And he's getting $500 million.
Yeah.
There's some agents out there that's going to look at that and be like, look, especially Lamar, like, look, I've been healthy. I've been playing. Yes, I don't have the pedigree like Patrick has, but I'm just as good.
Yeah, but the thing's not going to be about what Lamar got his own agent, but it ain't going to be about what the agents are asking for. It's going to be about what them teams want to do.
Well, no, it's somebody's going to pay the price.
Okay.
It's always somebody's going to pay the price.
Right.
That's the thing about the NFL. Somebody's going to pay the price.
But who you think going to be that guy, though? It's going to have to be one of these younger quarterbacks or something.
I can see it being Lamar. I can see it being Lamar. I can see maybe Dak re-signing again. Or I can see your boy at Buffalo.
So I'm not going to do a Becky Hammond and say Lamar won't, but I have to see it to believe it. But it's a possibility.
But see, like I said, it's not all about Lamar's play because look at the last year that Holmes had, and look at the last year had Lamar. Two totally different halves.
Lamar didn't have a great year last year.
He played. Patrick didn't play.
Lamar missed some games too, and Patrick played toward the end of the season. He got hurt late in the season.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if they can give that to Patrick,
yeah.
All right, if I'm Lamar, I'll be like, look, the Ravens can get that to me. I can find a team out there that will.
Well, I will say this, but that's what he's probably gonna have to do. But I'm gonna say this: if it was all about it being that easy to extend Lamar, he would have an extension already. What are we talking about?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, what you do is because you wait for the market to set itself. That's what they do. They wait, like I was saying, everybody didn't sign. If you look at everybody didn't sign their contract until Dak Prescott signed his contract. And everybody came behind him and signed their contract because you need that one person to set the market so everybody else can go. It's the same with wide receivers. They look at that one wide receiver set the market and everybody knows what to shoot for.
Now check this out. So Dak Prescott set the market at $60 million. The Ravens went into the offseason saying number one priority is extend Lamar. They couldn't come to terms, so they exercised their right to extend him, to give him more of that money in a bonus and take that money off the salary cap. They could have did Lamar past what Dak was, but they didn't. Now Patrick come and he's got it at 64. So to me, I think the Ravens are in wait and see mode. I think they want to see how this year play out and then decide what they're going to do with Lamar. But I just can't see because they would have had the extension already. They wanted to extend them to free up the salary cap money.
Right, but I don't think it's a Ravens thing. I think it's a Lamar thing. I think you got the concept right, but I think you just got the players wrong. I think Lamar is waiting. Lamar is like, I'm not signing shit. Okay, until I feel comfortable what it's going to be, I'm not signing anything. So because I'm gonna get my money regardless.
Man, you think Lamar is the one with the leverage then?
Yeah, I think Lamar. Yeah, Lamar is definitely the one with the leverage. He's the one that can say I don't have to sign with this.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's Lamar.
The Ravens would love to get Lamar at the cheapest rate as soon as possible.
Yeah.
To keep him here.
Yeah.
And Lamar knows this. So you know what Lamar does? He can hold out and wait to see how that market sets out.
Okay.
So that's why I'm thinking Lamar has the leverage on this situation.
So now we got it. Patrick set the market. So now what does Lamar do?
If Patrick's getting $64 million a year, Lamar be like, I want 64.5.
Okay.
And even the Ravens be like, yes, okay, or they can be like, no, I don't. Then once that happens, Lamar shop himself around. If he can't get 64 with anybody, goes back to the Ravens. All right, I'll take 60 because he know he can't get to 64.
So do you anticipate Lamar getting a deal done before the season starts or during this season or until after the season?
After the season.
Okay.
I see him doing something after the season, not unless the Ravens come out to shoot 0-5.
Okay.
If the Ravens just blow the first 5 games and they're not in contention for shit, I can see Lamar signing at that point. Or if Lamar gets hurt in the first 3 games and is out for the year, I can see him signing whatever the extension the Ravens put on the table.
It's no excuse because the Ravens have an easy schedule this year because they didn't make the playoffs, so they got a favorable schedule. And he got all the things they wanted, so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Hey, they should have went last year.
Huh?
They should have went last year.
They should have did what last year?
They should have went last year. No Patrick Mahomes. Buffalo wasn't as good as they should have been.
But they weren't a good team.
No, they wasn't a good team. They were poorly coached.
Right. They weren't a good team.
They have all everybody had last year, they still got this year. They just was poorly coached.
Well, no, they got an edge rusher now with Trey Henderson.
No, Trey Henderson wasn't all that.
I'm just saying they couldn't put pressure on the quarterback last year for nothing. So I don't know. They just didn't have a good defense. They wasn't that great offensively, to be honest with you.
How good y'all think Derrick Henry gonna be this year? Like what he got in the tank? You think?
I think he still looks solid. I don't know. Yeah, wait and see. The key with Derrick Henry was having that front back blocking. And they shipped Ricard to the Giants. So we got to see what they replaced that with. Yeah.
Ricard is gone. Oh, because of Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Harbaugh set all that up.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Just like Harbaugh took your boy Likely.
Yep, Likely
they
up there.
They signed Wichicom, and instead of signing Likely went to with the Ravens to the with Harbaugh.
Yep.
Oh, so I'm assuming he get more money then, right?
Who?
No,
Likely.
not really.
I think they did sign him to a new contract though.
Yeah. But the Ravens should have signed him. The Ravens should have signed him instead of giving Wichicom that extension.
Instead of giving Andrews the extension?
Yeah, instead of giving Andrew the extension, they should have re-signed Likely and put Andrew on a 1-year deal if they really wanted to have him. But they signed Andrew to a 3-year deal and didn't re-sign Likely.
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
We'll see what happened, though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, fellas, I'm getting ready to cook me some salmon, some broccoli, so I can have my dinner ready.
Yeah.
You gonna watch some golf today?
Huh?
You gonna watch some golf?
No, I'm gonna actually try. If I'm awake, I'm gonna try to watch that Stanley Cup Finals. I got interested in it when I heard the coach saying, we gonna leave some clothes here because we coming back. I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm gonna try to watch. You know, yeah. So, but other than that, nah, man, I'm just gonna cook, watch me a good movie or something, relax a little bit.
Hey, man, let me ask you this: Is Tiger Woods he done?
Oh yeah, as a professional golfer, yes.
Yeah.
As a novelist, no.
Yeah.
Like Tiger Woods can go to any course and they announce Tiger Woods is playing for fun at this course, and millions of people, I mean, thousands of people will show up.
Yeah.
But as a professional golfer on the PGA Tour, I don't think Tiger will make a cut now.
What?
And that's because it's his back, man. His back won't allow him to play 18 holes.
Yeah.
That's just all is how it is. And trust me, from somebody like myself that plays golf and with a back problem, you get on that back nine and your back start acting up, you can't swing a golf club. So I don't think Tiger Woods competing professionally anymore is in the cards for him. But he's still a draw, though. He's still a draw.
It's still a draw.
Yep. I mean, shit, if Tiger Woods was playing at a public golf course in Baltimore right now, I would be there trying to play.
Yeah.
Just to see him play and just to see if I can beat him and stuff. I mean, that's just the good part about golf, that no matter how bad your game is, you can still interact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
so I can't wait for you brothers to get out there on that golf course.
Hey man, I want to get out there. I'm you know, y'all let me know when y'all want to. We gonna go to the driving range or we gonna go to the course.
Go to the driving range first to figure out how you swing the golf club, and then go to the course. So you know you can start swinging the golf club, and after your first 7 holes, you can start drinking. You know.
Yeah.
What are your sisters, dog?
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna buy no clubs or nothing though. But we got a driving range close to me. I think they rent clubs to you.
Yeah, you can rent clubs. But I wanted to tell y'all something else now. A new sport that a lot of us as professional black individuals starting to play again. Pickleball. Pickleball.
Yeah.
A lot of us is playing pickleball now.
Pickleball.
Yep. So that's another thing that you may want to check out too, is just to keep active, because it's a low impact, high cardio type of workout.
It's good cardio.
And of course it's not. I mean that little court really not all that big, is it?
No. Yeah. It's like playing ping pong, but you're no table. Yeah, no table. That's what it is.
Yeah, you standing on the ping pong table.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's low impact, high cardio. Something nice to start playing. And the good part about stuff like golf and pickleball itself, the social aspect of it all. You know what I'm saying? You can get on a course, on a court, and socialize and still have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas something like basketball and football and all that, baseball is real competitive. You know, your juices are flowing and everything. So the socializing with that is a little bit different. But those two sports is more about socializing and building relationships than it is about winning most of the time.
Yeah.
So,
hey Clayton, when do you know when you and David and your brother gonna go play some golf?
No, we're gonna set it up. So we left yesterday saying we're gonna arrange it. So we don't have the date yet. But you can come. You can come, Mike.
Yeah, let me know.
You can come.
I got some golf shoes too.
I mean, you can come, man. Listen.
Hey, that's the beginning, Mike. There you go. That's the beginning. Got some golf.
They got everything. So, but we're going to do that. Because I was asking Dave so many questions last night. So, he was like, man, you come. And so Raymond was like, he said, y'all both come. And it's on me. So I think we got to pay for the time, of course. But
I don't mind that, though.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I just want to see. I want to feel it one time. And just see the Dave is nice. Dave shot. I don't know the name of the place. I don't know the name of the place he work at. But he done shot 69 twice. He real good. Dave real good. He
69,
good.
That's good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it this way, my average score right now in 18 holes is like 104.
Oh, okay.
So,
but that's not bad. I mean, that's pretty good, man. You out there It ain't like you trying to turn pro, but that's good.
Yeah. I can say certain times after I get in that back nine and I see them like up in the 60s, it's drinking time.
Drinking time. I
Yeah.
got you.
And then actually my game gets better when I more that I drink, my game actually gets better. Yeah, my game gets better.
Because you let go of your inhibitions. You ain't worried about it no more.
Right.
Yeah,
the front nine, I think I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
And I can get this done. I'm thinking I'm a good golfer. That back nine, I don't care. I got my cigar in one hand, beer in the other hand. Yeah, and I'm having a good time. So
yeah,
that's what it gets down to.
I'm gonna go purchase me a golf outfit, man, and go out there.
I ain't doing all that. My brother actually bought me some golf shorts, Mike, on the low. He bought me some pink golf shorts. I'll wear them. Nice little top with it. I ain't doing all that.
Boy, polo shirts, some golf shorts, and some shoes.
That's it. Yep. So but y'all fellas, man, y'all enjoy the rest of this day, man.
All right, gentlemen, y'all take it easy now.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Appreciate all the viewers too. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah, we had some people in and out. Yeah.
Okay.
It don't. Hey, Clayton, if it was just one person, that's all that really matters.
That's facts. That's
that's all that matters.
Y'all be all right. Y'all be easy.
All right,
all right, guys.
All right, appreciate y'all. All right, appreciate everybody who tuned in. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to tune in every Sunday at 11 a.m. for sports talk. And so with that being said, man, make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll check y'all out next Sunday at 11 a.m. Peace.